Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Whenever you're going to come in here. So today we're driving from Broward, Broward to Miami because I was able to drop my daughter today that goes to school in Broward. Well, do we have a lot to talk about? Yeah, we have a lot to talk about, but this gas shortage that's in South Florida because of the weather that we were having last week. It has seemingly, because we don't know, seemingly affected the gas supply or the gas delivery. I think the gas delivery. But whatever, something is going on. It ain't good. So we're going to be driving while talking about this gas shortage. So yesterday I was able to get gas at the same place I was able to get gas. Yes, I was able to get gas. What's it called? Sunday. So I went to the same place because, like I had said, it's best to go to the gas station that is not intersected with a main street and a main crossroad. That's the way for you to get gas. And then in a crisis, you have to think outside the box. You cannot think like everybody else because just like hurricane, these certain strategies I've picked up when we have hurricanes, and that's what I do. You may have to wake up in the middle of the night to get gas because I see people complaining online. They don't know how they're going to get to work, how they're going to drop off their kids because they can't find gas anywhere. You can't think like everybody else when there's some type of crisis going on. You have to think outside the box. When it's hurricane season, and then there are long lines in the gas, you can't find gas. I wake up 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because most of the time, some places that are 24 hours, they get their gas delivered in the middle of the night. Some places, they open back up. They may close it during the day, during the afternoon, but in the middle of the night, they will open back up their gas supply. So you would be able to get that gas. You can't think like everybody else. You can't do that, especially in a crisis. But anyway, so we're going to take a drive while we talk about this thing. So I'm going to have to turn the camera. Yesterday, you see, oh my goodness. I think we got the thing resolved. And then when I look well, if you're watching if you were watching it live on the phone, it wasn't a problem because you just shift your phone. But if you're watching it on a computer, that thing was upside down. My life was upside down, ridiculous. But anyway, so you see, I don't even have it together, and I could still do YouTube or whatever. You probably have it together. You can do it too, because you see, I'm learning as I go. So with this gas shortage, a lot of people didn't even know there was a gas shortage because what? Many people don't watch the news. A lot of people, you'd be surprised how much people don't watch the news. A lot of people don't watch the news because, the news push a lot of fear and stuff like that. And many people don't trust the news. Many people not interested in the news. Many people get their news on social media. So that's probably one of the main reasons why they don't watch the news. But I didn't find out about the gas shortage from the news. I found out about the gas shortage because I be up in the streets. I be driving in the streets and stuff like that. Don't mind me. So I was coming from the mall, and I had turned 183rd and Biscayne. That's a gas station right at the edge. So when I turned 183rd and Biscayne, it was like this line right there. It usually is not because it's right there at the edge of the road. This place I'm approaching now is called Young Circle. We gonna be getting off the topic a lot. When I first entered into the circle, this circle is very confusing if you don't, if it's your first time. I went around it like 3 4 times because before I was able to figure out it has several exits. It has several exits, so you have to know. Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. So Young Circle in Hollywood, if you don't know how to drive in it, yeah, you're gonna be going round and round and round and round. I was going round and round because is an exit. There's an exit Tyler Street. Then you have an exit on Harrison Street. Then if you want to get to Biscayne Boulevard, there's a certain exit. You have to be in a certain lane. So before I was able to figure, see, this is the exit over there. I mean, it was ridiculous. You have Harrison Street exit. It has several exits to get out, but you have to be in a particular lane, and you have to know where you're going. And see, if you're going to US 1, you have to be near the right, near the sidewalk to get out. If not, if you over there in the middle, you won't be able to get out. So anyway, that was ridiculous. So okay, so I had turned the corner and I saw a long line of people waiting at this gas station that's at the end. I think that's a Chevron or a Marathon. And I'm like, why these people, I was like, why is these people so dumb? Because sometimes I'd be saying some stuff that's not good. Be calling people dumb. That's not nice. So I was like, why these people so dumb? They blocking up the streets. It's literally blocking up the streets because where this gas station is, usually people who don't know how to drive, instead of pressing on brakes, they turn with speed, you could get hit. And these people was in the line. I was like, what's going on? And then I saw another gas station full with people. I say, something is going on. Something is really going on. And driving, I was like, it's something going on with the gas. I didn't even have to go look up the news. I know, I say something is going on. I said, and I needed to get gas anyway. So by the time I figured out something is going on with the gas, the area that I went in, it was long lines. It was long lines of people waiting for gas. So I figured, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go to a gas station that, like I said, is on a main street and a main crossroad. I'm going to drive. I'm going to get gas. And just like people always say, something tell me, say, go this way. People can say something, tell me, say. I say that's God because that's who I serve. That's who look up for me. So God told me to go this way. Go to 27th Avenue because I was on Northwest 22nd Avenue. I could have just go on Northwest 22nd Avenue because there are gas stations in that area. But God to say, go to 27th Avenue. So I went to 27th Avenue, drove a little, and then I found a gas station. It wasn't even a lot of people. Compared to everywhere else I was driving, it wasn't a lot of people. So I was able to get gas, and I left. And then until yesterday everybody was complaining, how it was so difficult to get gas. And in some areas, we could count our blessings. In Miami, in some areas in South Florida, I don't know if it's true, there is no gas at all. They don't have gas at all. So even though some gas stations, some gas stations have long lines, some gas stations do not have gas at all, which I don't really think. They shut it off so that they could stretch out, so they could stretch out the gas. I don't think they really don't have gas. So yeah, connecting. Okay, so you have to think outside of the box in order to get gas in this time. You may have to go into areas you are not used to. If you're encountering a long line in certain areas, it may be a little bit more money, but you'll be able to get gas in those areas. And And other areas too is a lot of people that live in the area may not have cars, so those areas you can go, like maybe a low income area, those areas. So you just have to, you just have to look out. If you're gonna have your bag in your trunk, you just be careful. You just when a crisis comes. And that's just like when I was talking on my podcast, people coming in the comments telling you what you can and cannot say. Even before all this happened, there were many people, um, preparing people in the sense, say, hey, things, there may be shortages of a lot of things. Stock up on certain stuff. Have if it's a gas shortage, have those gas cans on hand, just in case you encounter certain things. And then people will say, "Oh, you need to stop. You are fear mongering," and stuff like that, shaming the person. Some people stop talking about it. Some people talk about it in their private group. And then look where we are now. A lot of stuff that's going on. Look at that weather that we had last week. They did not want to call it a tropical storm, even though it was a tropical storm. Yes, it was in April, but that's a tropical storm. When it's hurricane season and there's a tropical storm, that's how the weather is. It rains for days. It rains, and some places that are prone to flooding, those places get flooded. But when it's hurricane season, it's already, a lot of people get prepared because they have places that flood a lot. They have like those pumping stations to pump out the water so it doesn't get flooded. And then some places they give them sandbags. Nobody was prepared. Nobody was prepared because, oh well, it's in April. It's in April. It's not hurricane season. You can't have that thinking anymore. You can't have that thinking anymore. Oh, it's hurricane season. It's hurricane when it's hurricane season. That's when stuff like that's gonna happen. Nope. We are living in the last days. It's a lot of weird things, a lot of strange things, bizarre things, unpredictable things that will happen. You have to prepare yourself. You have to prepare your family. If not, you're gonna be caught on your behind, naked on your behind. So yeah, so one of the reasons, I've heard many reasons why there is a shortage. So let me try to explain it, because when I heard it, it didn't make sense to me. And for me, if it don't make sense, most of the time it's a lie. If something don't make sense, most of the time it's a lie. So because of the all that rain last week, it caused, the trucks not to be able to get delivery here. I can understand that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was raining real bad. But Thursday and Friday, well, some places were flooded. Some places were flooded, but that's like residential areas. Those are residential areas. So they say because of the rain, and because the airport too was, Fort Lauderdale Airport was, flooded, they were not able to open up the ports so that the gas could come in. I don't understand that part. And then other people say, the gas comes from the ground, and since it was raining, so they were unable to get the gas from the ground. I'm not sure if Florida even have gas fields. I think that's what they call them. I'm not even sure if Florida even have gas fields. There is a gas shortage. See, this gas station, let me see if I pull up. I'm probably gonna have to get out this lane because this is mobile. I think I gotta zoom in here. And I don't know what these other little things are. So, well, what I was talking about. So all those reasons, that those were the reasons that they were saying, and I still didn't understand it, because yeah, it was raining for the first 3 days, but then what happened over the weekend? I guess it's gonna take time to um, it's gonna take time to get the gas deliveries. And a lot of people say, oh, if Trump was in office, when Trump was in office, we never went through stuff like this. It's because who's in office. That's why we're going through what we're going through. Well, technically, when we didn't have all this crisis, so that is true. So I don't know exactly when this is going to get resolved, how it's going to get resolved, but I don't know. It is getting crazy out here. And then another thing that's going on, it's only premium available. They don't have regular, they don't have plus, whatever, because they have different names that they call it, mid-grade or whatever. I don't know. But it's only premium. Yeah, I understand you may not use premium, but you're gonna use it today, because they don't have any other type of gas, only premium. And premium always is like, see, this is a long line over here. I don't know if I can show it. You see that long line? This is a long line, long line, long line. People waiting for gas. And when I first passed this morning, yeah, that's a long line. The line stretches all the way over there. And across the street, the gas station across the street is empty because it's out of gas. But this one right here, what is this? A Chevron? It's a lot of people waiting for gas. There's a lot of people waiting for gas. So anyway, so they only have many places. They only have premium. Like yesterday when I went to get the gas at the same place that I went when I get Sunday, probably gonna go there today, because I'm not gonna wait till I'm gonna wait till it gets to like the middle and then go get gas. While we were getting gas, the system shut off. I thought there was all the gas. I was like, oh my goodness, I wait in this line. I didn't wait in the line for a long time. It was like a short line, but I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't even get a gas, and I sent my daughter, because I tried to pay at the pump and it would not go through. So I sent my daughter inside, and you had to wait outside. They wasn't taking people inside. He locked the door, and some places they have the little window, so you had to pay at the window. And that's when he said he was not sure. I don't know. I thought you could see how much gas you have, but he said he wasn't sure he had enough gas, so he had to reset the whole system. And then when he reset the whole system, only premium was available. So everybody was waiting for premium. But it was getting crazy. I had to get out of there. Thank goodness I was able, because a lot of people were skipping, people that were waiting, people was coming out of nowhere and just skipping. It was ridiculous. And then some people are very inconsiderate in times like this. They see it's a long line, finish do their gas. Oh, that's when they remember they were supposed to go buy stuff. They were supposed to go buy cigarettes or whatever it may be. It doesn't make any sense. So you finish do the gas, you see it's a long line, instead of you finish, do what you got to do, go to the store or something like that. Nope, they take it in a slow time. Some people are very inconsiderate. That's when you really see how some people, that's when their good side come out, their humanity comes out. But some people are very, very mean-spirited. But anyway, they mean-spirited in normal times. They're going to be real mean-spirited in crisis. They don't change. They just being them. That's it. That's all. So, to segue to go into that thing that happened in Chicago with the young kids. I already talked about it. I already made a video about it. I have made a short of the mayor elect. What his name is, Brandon Johnson. The stuff that he said. He's making excuses for what these kids did. Oh, because they are starved of opportunities. That's why they did that. What opportunity is available Saturday night for a kid, unless it's like youth, or maybe something for their school? But what opportunities is available for downtown Chicago? In that area that they did what they did, that is like the high, I heard that it's like the high rent area. So everybody that stays in that area, they pay a lot of money for rent or for their mortgage, because some people buy things. This area you see is called Aventura. If you're driving to Aventura, you see the light is about to turn yellow. If you're not that close to the line, I suggest you stop. I suggest you don't have to listen, because you're gonna get a ticket and you won't be able to fight it. Those traffic light tickets, you will get it. You won't be able. You're gonna have to pay that thing. The only ticket to read those traffic light tickets, those red camera light tickets. I don't know what they call. The only one that you could fight is if the ones that you're turning, and then you saw that you turned, you probably didn't stop. Those you could fight. All they're gonna tell you is like, you're supposed to stop and then turn. But if you take a red light, or you saw that was yellow, you thought it was yellow, and then it was red on you, yeah, you're gonna pay that ticket. So that's Aventura. But you don't have to listen to me. You take the red light if you want to. You're just gonna pay that ticket. Anyway, so yeah, this mayor elect, I think he's the new mayor, right? For Chicago. His name is Brandon Johnson. He say you're not supposed to, you're not even Mayor Light for that lady, she's whatever she is. She's like, oh, I don't like how you call it mayhem. Mom, you don't like how they call it mayhem. What were you watching? There's videos. There's so much videos. Oh my goodness, this is not good at all. Wow. People don't care. People are not I always said that people were not raising their children when I make videos, but people are literally not raising their children. Period. At all. At all. People are not showing their children to be leaders. These kids are a bunch of followers. Even though you teach them manners, you teach them respect, but if you don't teach them to be followers, and you don't have to go along to get along with everybody. Sometimes you're gonna have to stand alone. Sometimes you may have times that you don't have friends. You have to eat your lunch by yourself. But nobody teaching these kids that. The lady say, "Oh, I don't like you. What you said. You call it mayhem, ma'am." Wow, this lady is a mess. And then this Brandon Johnson, the new mayor, I think he's the new mayor. He is even worse. He's saying it's because the kids don't have, they doing all this because the kids don't have, they're starved. That's what they're starved. That's the people who, that's the people that was in power, and then who's still in power. People that don't care about the community. If you are doing something and you have nobody that could hold you accountable, nobody that could say, hey, what you did was wrong, you need to do better, you have a problem. If you have people that are making excuses for you, enabling you, that's not good. You will never grow. You will never do right. Wow. I was shocked. Oh, stop demonizing the thing. Like I said, we're supposed to angelize them. Oh, look at the good little angels. Don't mind them. They putting hands on that white lady that didn't do nothing. They breaking up the store and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, they smashing, they jumping on they jumping on buses, jumping on cars and smashing windows, car windows. They're little angels. Oh my goodness, they're, you will see our little angels. They are little angels. Yes, that's our little angels. They're not little demons and stuff like that. They're not little devils. They're good little kids and stuff like that. Wow, I'm appalled. And then this is the thing, those things trickle, because if in Chicago these kids was walling out like that, and then nobody's help, they what, all them kids that was out there, only what, 15 or 6 got arrested or whatever, all those kids. So now it's gonna have a domino effect in other counties and cities, because the kids gonna see, wow, look how they was wilding out and nothing happened to them and stuff like that. Let's do it too. And it may not be the same outcome as these other kids that want to do the same thing. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. This guy, y'all think Lightfoot was bad. This guy looked like he hasn't even started his term yet. He's not for the community. If he's saying he's not for the community in Chicago, if he's talking like this, he's been put there to make it to don't bring. He doesn't have any change. He doesn't have any solutions. He does not. He's just there to enable, be an enabler. That's a shame. That's a big shame. Wow. That is a shame. And I saw how them kids, it's like a bunch of angry kids, but and it's a bunch of factors, because people don't want to say that these kids coming from single parent home, they're coming from homes where the grandma is raising them, because you know a lot of these kids coming from the parents abandoned them, so grandmother is raising them, but grandmother don't even know what to do with these kids, because when she was raising her kids didn't act the way these kids acting. Didn't act the way these kids was acting. So now she don't even, so I don't know how to raise you guys, so I'll let you do whatever you want to do, which is not even good, because a kid left of their own way will cause you shame, and it's supposed to be cause shame to the father and mother, but the father and mother don't even care, so it's going to cause shame to the grandmother. This is ridiculous what is going on in this country. And then Walmart had announced that they were leaving Chicago. In the mayhem, they went in Walmart. I saw on Twitter, the Walmart flooded. I don't even know how the Walmart got flooded. I don't know if they open they break up the water system. It was totally flooded. And then the lady who was recording saying, "Oh, why y'all doing this?" Listen here, she's saying, "Why y'all doing this? This is our Walmart." And the other lady's like, "Oh, how's it our Walmarts? Oh, we can't put our head together. We can't do that." Y'all can't even raise your own kids. Y'all don't even know how to raise your own kids. You talking about put your money together so you could get a Walmart? What kind of foolishness is that? And then the same lady who was condemning the people about why are they doing that in the Walmart, she turned around and went and go stealing in the Walmart too. Oh, stop getting those things. Get produce. Oh my God, I was like, Jesus Christ. Jesus come soon. But Jesus ain't gonna come soon, because it's gonna get much worse, because it's like they creating more chaos to usher in whatever they need to usher in. Just people be just jumping in front of you. I can't. But let me tell you something. If people do not get a control of their kids, do not get a control. You raising your kids the right way, your kids should not be hanging out with certain people. Certain people that I see my kids are friends with, and I already see something's wrong with them. Shall I go pray? I was like, Lord, do what you do. Do what you do. If this person is not going to be a good influence, do what you do. And then something happens, they're not friends anymore. Because I'm not, certain, that's their friend and stuff. You let the child know. Usually tell them, say, I don't know about this person or some stuff. I just don't say anything. I just pray. And then most of the time it turns out that this person is not a good person, and they always tend to show their cards. Good morning, J10. Thank you for watching with me. But you who are raising your child or your children in the right way, be mindful of the company that they keep, because that's why a lot of kids are doing what they're doing. They know better, but to go along, they go along to get along. You have to be careful about that. And if a lot of people do not get a hold of their kids that are wilding out in the streets, in these places, is not going to be good. Something is going to happen. That's a lot of you guys who don't care. You're going to care soon, but you're going to care with, or you're going to care with some handcuffs. You're going to care crying and wailing. That's when you're going to care. It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't make any sense. So we were talking about the gas shortage in South Florida we're experiencing. Like I said, whenever it's, and don't think because you are living in another city, oh, that's what y'all, ha ha ha, look at what Florida going through, y'all looking for gas. Don't think you may not have a gas shortage, but some type of shortage going to happen to you. Look what happened not too long ago in I think it was Philadelphia and Minnesota with the water thing. They was having a water shortage. You couldn't find water. All this stuff happening, it hasn't happened to you. You better be prepared. That's when you're supposed to get prepared. Hey, it hasn't reached to me. I'm gonna prep my family. I'm gonna make sure I have whatever I need to think of, because you don't know when it's gonna happen. And then crisis, these problems come on you like a thief in the night, it unexpectedly. But if you are prepared, like those virgins in the 10 virgins, there was 5 silly ones, and it was 5 that were prepared. They had their they had extra, but then there was other ones they didn't, and they was asking, oh, please help me. Well, it's like, no. And then when the bridegroom come, the 5 that were prepared, they didn't have no problem. They were able to do what they had to do. But them other ones, oh well, you wasn't prepared. So you see, it was a water shortage in Philadelphia. Now is this gas shortage in Florida. You prepare wherever you live. Prepare yourself, because you don't know what shortage is going to come. Have your stuff stocked up. Have money on hand. Have money in your card or whatever it may be. Stock up on certain waters and stuff like that. Don't be saying, oh well, that's not happening in my city. When these things happen, they happen like a thief in the night. You don't never ever, you're never warned. Like this weather, nobody knew it was going to be this bad. Nobody, if people knew, people would have taken more precautions and more preparations. But I don't know. So we're living in the last time. So we talk about the gas shortage. We talk about the foolish statements coming from Mayor Lightfoot and Brandon Johnson, that are mayors in Chicago, talking foolishness, enabling, making excuses for this, not even condemning. You're not even condemning. Hey, what you did was wrong. Oh, I condone it, but you didn't condemn it either. You ain't condemn it. It don't make no type of sense. It don't make no type of sense at all. So I don't know exactly when this gas shortage is gonna be lifted. People that I know that do not watch news, I was like, hey, you guys better get some gas, because there's a gas shortage. Make sure you fill up. Make sure you fill up. That's why you always need to have extra money also. Because extra, if you're not used to buying premium gas, you're paying a little bit more. You're paying a little bit more. So if you didn't have the money, if you didn't have the funds, that's then you ought to get, then you order the car. And then when there's a gas shortage, speeding does not make you reach faster, people. Speeding makes you waste more gas. Just to let you know. Yeah, people who love to speed in the road and stuff like that, especially in a crisis. Speeding does not make you reach to your destination faster. It it just, you just burn more gas. That's all you're doing. That's it. That's all. So I'm trying to wait till I get to a red light so I can switch the camera and end the live, because that's all I really had to say for today until tomorrow. But usually if I'm driving from Broward to Miami, it's going to be very early. So it's going to be a very early show. So thank you for watching, everybody that tuned in. Whether you commented or not, whether you stayed for a little bit, thank you. That's a lot of sun. Jeez. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Oh, light turned red. I gotta go. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow in the morning, God's willing. Bye.